Hello, this is Hasanya, uh, coming back with a second video of Bible reading. We're still in Bamidbar, Bamidbar, or Numbers of the HalleluYah scriptures, and we left off at chapter 19, so we're entering chapter 20 right now. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Actually, into the reading because I still want to pray. I'm going to just cover my hair, I'm sorry, with my hands, but I don't want to neglect praying. So, Heavenly Father, thank you again for the desire to open your book, Father, on this day and read more of it to understand. Father, please, Father, grace me with your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding in a righteous way, Father. Please, Father, enlighten me as to what all the precepts mean. Allow me to bring them together in the correct manner. Give me revelation, Father, and discernment, and just help me, Father, to understand. Father, forgive me for my sins. I should have asked that first, but forgive me, Father, for my sins. Those known and unknown. Father, help me close any doors of the evil one that I've opened, knowingly and unknowingly. Father, I fully submit myself to you. Please, Father, bless this channel. Hedge it in your protection. Hedge my mind, Father, as the enemy is coming against my mind and my mental state right now. Strengthen me, Father. Help me to do what you place on my heart to do and to complete the task, Father. Please help me not be lazy and succumb to my thoughts of pushing things aside and not doing them. Father, just please help me. Strengthen me, gird me. These and all things I ask in yours and your son's name. So be it and may it be so. And again, please excuse the unconventional method of covering my hair. Yeah. Did not bring a scarf, so forgive me. But we're going to go right ahead and get into it. So chapter 20 of Bamidbar, or Numbers, reads as follows. And the children of Yasharel, all the congregation, came into the wilderness of Sin in the first month, and the people stayed in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. Now there was no water for the congregation, and they assembled against Moshe and against Aharon. And the people contended with Moshe and spoke, saying, If only we had died when our brothers died before Yah. Why have you brought us to the assembly of Yah into this wilderness, that we and our livestock should die here? And why have you brought us up out of Mitzrayim to bring us to this evil place? Not a place of grain or figs or vines or pomegranates, and there is no water to drink. And Moshe and Aharon went from the presence of the assembly to the door of the tent of the appointments, and they fell on their faces. And the esteem of Yah appeared to them. And Yah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take the rod and assemble the congregation, you and your brother Aharon, and you shall speak to the rock before their eyes, and it shall give its water, and you shall bring water for them out of the rock, and give drink to the congregation and their livestock. And Moshe took the rod from before Yah as he commanded him. And Moshe and Aharon assembled the assembly before the rock. Excuse me. And he said to them, Hear now, you rebels, shall we bring water for you out of this rock? Then Moshe lifted his hand and struck the rock twice with his rod, as much water came out, and the congregation and their livestock drank. But Yah spoke to Moshe and to Aharon, because you did not believe me to Kadesh me in the eyes of the children of Yasharel. Therefore you do not bring this assembly into the land which I have given them. These were the waters of Meribah, because the children of Yasharel contended with Yah, and he was Kadesh among them. And Moshe sent messengers from Kadesh to the sovereign of Edom. This is what your brother Yasharel said. You know all the hardship that has befallen us, that our fathers went down to Mitzrayim, and we dwelt in Mitzrayim a long time. And the Mitzrites did evil to us and our fathers, and we cried out to Yah, and he heard our voices and sent the messenger and brought us up out of Mitzrayim. And see, we are in Kadesh, a city on the edge of your border. Please let us pass. Please let us pass over through your land. We shall not pass over through fields or vineyards, nor drink water from wells. We shall go along the sovereign's highway. We shall not turn aside right or left until we have passed over your border. But Edom said to him, you do not pass over through me, lest I come out against you with the sword. And the children of Yasharel said to him, we shall go by the highway, and if I or my livestock drink any of your water, then I shall pay for it. Let me only pass over on foot without a word. But he said, you do not pass over. And Edom came out against them with many men and with a strong hand. So when Edom refused to let Yasharel pass over through his border, Yasharel turned away from him. And the children of Yasharel, all the company, departed from Kadesh to come and came to Mount Hor. And Yah spoke to Moshe and to Aharon in Mount Hor, near the border of the land of Edom, saying, Aharon is to be gathered to his people, for he is not to enter the land which I have given to the children of Yasharel, because he rebelled against my mouth at the water of Meribah. Take Aharon and Eleazar his son, and bring them up to Mount Hor, and strip Aharon of his garments, and put them on Eleazar his son, for Aharon is to be gathered to his people, and die there. And Moshe did as Yah commanded, and they went up to Mount Hor before the eyes of all the congregation. And Moshe stripped Aharon of his garments, and put them on Eleazar his son. And Aharon died there on top of the mountain. And Moshe and Eleazar came down from the mountain. And when all the congregation saw that Aharon was dead, all the house of Yasharel wept for Aharon 30 days. Chapter 21. And the sovereign of Arad, the Canaanite, who dwelt in the Negeb, heard that Yasharel was coming on the way to Atharim. And he fought against Yasharel and took some of them captive. Okay. Then Yasharel made a vow to Yah and said, if you deliver this people into my hand, indeed, then I shall put their cities under the ban. And Yah listened to the voice of Yasharel and gave up the Canaanites, and they put them and their cities under the ban. So the name of that place was called Hormah. And they departed from Mount Hor by the way of the Sea of Reeds, to go around the land of Edom. But the being of the people grew impatient because of the way. And the people spoke against Elohim and against Moshe. Why have you brought us up out of Mitzrayim to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and our being loads this light bread. Gosh. Father, please don't let me be like that in the wilderness. Please, Father. And Yah sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and many of the people of Yasharel died. Then the people came to Moshe and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Yah and against you. Pray to Yah to take away the serpents from us. So Moshe prayed on behalf of the people. And Yah said to Moshe, make a fiery serpent and put it on a pole. And it shall be that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, shall live. So Moshe made a bronze serpent and put it on a pole, and it came to be, if a serpent had bitten anyone, when he looked at the bronze serpent, he lived. And the children of Yasharel departed and camped in Oboth, and they departed from Oboth, and camped at Lihar Abaram in the wilderness, which is east of Moab toward sunrise. From there they departed and camped at the Wadi Zered. From there they departed and camped on the other side of the Arnon, which is in the wilderness that extends from the border of the Amorites to the Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore it is said in the book of the battles of Yah, Wahab and Subha, the Wadi Arnon, and the slope of the wadi that turns aside to the dwelling of Ar, and lies on the border of Moab, and from there on to Beer, which or Beer, Beer, I don't know, which is the well where Yah said to Moshe, excuse me, gather the people and let me give them water. Yasharel then sang the song, Spring up a well, sing it, sing to it. A well the leaders sank, which the nobles of the people dug by hacking with their staves. Then from the wilderness on to Matana, from Matana to Nahaleo, from Nahaleo to Bamath, and from Bamath in the valley that is in the country of Moab to the top of Pisgah, which looks down on the wasteland. And Yasharel sent messengers to Sihon, sovereign of the Amorites, saying, Let me pass through your land. We shall not turn off onto your fields or vineyards. We shall not drink water from wells, but go by the sovereign's highway until we have passed over your border. But Sihon would not allow Yasharel to pass through his borders. So Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Yasharel in the wilderness, and he came to Yahatz and fought against Yasharel. And Yasharel smote him with the edge of the sword and took possession of his land from the Arnon to the Yabok, as far as the children of Ammon, for the border of the children of Ammon was strong. And Yasharel took all these cities, and Yasharel dwelt in the cities of the Amorites in Heshbon and in its villages, for Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the sovereign of the Amorites, who had fought against the former sovereign of Moab and had taken all his land from his hand as far as the Arnon. That is why those who speak the proverb say, Come to Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and established. For fire went out from Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It consumed Ar of Moab, the masters of the heights of Arnon. Woe to you, Moab! You have perished, a people of Chemosh. He has given his sons as fugitives and his daughters into captivity to Sihon, the sovereign of the Amorites. Then we shot them. Heshbon has perished as far as the bone, and we laid waste as far as Napha, which reaches Medeba. So Yasharel dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and Moshe sent to spy out Yazir, and they took its villages and drove out the Amorites who were there, and turned and went up by the way to Bashan. And Og, sovereign of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And Yah said to Moshe, do not fear him, for I have given him into your hand with all his people and his land, and you shall do to him as you did to Sihon, sovereign of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon. And they smote him and his sons and all his people until no remnant was left to him, and they took possession of his land. Chapter 22. And the children of Yasharal departed and camped in the desert plains of Moab behind the Yarden of Jericho. And Balak, son of Ziphor, saw that Yasharal had done to the Amorites, and Moab was exceedingly afraid of the people because they were many, and Moab was in dread because of the children of Yasharal. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, now this company is licking up all that is around us, as an ox licks up the grass of the fields. Now Balak, son of Ziphor, was sovereign of the Moabites at that time, and he sent messengers to Balaam, son of Beor, at Pethor, which is near the river in the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, see, a people has come from Mitzrayim. See, they have covered the surface of the land and are settling next to me. And now please come at once, curse this people for me, for they are too strong for me. If it might be that I smite them and drive them out of the land, for I know that he won with you Barak is Baruch. For I know that he whom you Baruch who Barak I'm sorry. For I know that he whom you Barak is Baruch, and he whom you curse is cursed. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian left with divination fee in their hand, and they came to Balaam and spoke the words of Balak to him. And he said to them, spend the night here, and I shall bring back word to you, as Yah speaks to me. So the heads of Moab stayed with Balaam. And Elohim came to Balaam and said, who are these men with you? And Balaam said to Elohim, Balak, son of Ziphor, sovereign of Moab, has sent to me, saying, see, a people has come out of Mitzrayim and cover the surface of the land. Come now, curse them for me. It might be that I am able to fight against them and drive them out. And Elohim said to Balaam, do not go with them. You do not curse the people, for they are Baruch. And Balaam rose in the morning and said to the heads of Balak, go back to your land, for Yah has refused to allow me to go with you. And the heads of Moab arose and went to Balak and said, Balaam refuses to come with us. Then Balak again sent heads more numerous and more esteemed than they, and they came to Balaam and said to him, this is what Balak, son of Ziphor, said, do not be withheld from coming to me, please, for I esteem you very greatly, and whatever you say to me, I do. Therefore, please come, curse this people for me. And Balaam answered and said to the servants of Balak, though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I am unable to go beyond the word of Yah, my Elohim, to do less or more. And now, please, you also stay here tonight and let me find out what more Yah says to me. And Elohim came to Balaam in the night. And said to him, if the men come to call you, rise and go with them, but only the word which I speak to you that you do. And Balaam rose in the morning and saddled his donkey and went with the heads of Moab. But the displeasure of Elohim burned because he went, and the messenger of Yah stationed himself in the way as an adversary against him. and he was riding on his donkey, and his two servants were with him. Okay, and the donkey saw the messenger of Yah standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And the donkey turned aside out of the way and went into the field. So Balaam beat the donkey to turn her back onto the way. Then the messenger of Yah stood in the narrow passage between the vineyards with a wall on the side and a wall on that side. And when the donkey saw the messenger of Yah, she pushed herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. So he beat her again. And the messenger of Yah went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn aside, right or left. And when the donkey saw the messenger of Yah, she lay down under Balaam. So Balaam's displeasure burned, and he beat the donkey with his staff. Then Yah opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, what have I done to you, that you have beaten me these 3 times? And Balaam said to the donkey, because you have mocked me. If there were a sword in my hand, for I would have killed you by now. And the donkey said to Balaam, am I not your donkey on which you have ridden ever since I became yours to this day? Was I ever known to do so to you? And he said, no. Then Yah opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the messenger of Yah standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand, and he bowed his head and fell on his face. And the messenger of Yah said to him, why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? See, I have come out to stand against you, because your way is reckless before me. And the donkey saw me and turned aside from me, though these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, I certainly would have killed you by now and let her live. And Balaam said to the messenger of Yah, I have sinned, for I did not know you stood in the way against me. And now, if evil is in your eyes, let me turn back. And the messenger of Yah said to Balaam, go with the men, but only the word that I speak to you, that you speak. Balaam then went with the heads of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet with him at the city of Moab, which is on the border at the Arnon, which was on the extremity of the border. And Balak said to Balaam, did I not urgently send to you, calling for you? Why did you not come to me? Am I not able to esteem you? And Balaam said to Balak, see, I have come to you. Now am I at all able to say somewhat? The word that Elohim puts in my mouth, that I speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kirjath Hutzah. And Balak slaughtered cattle and sheep, and he sent some to Balaam and to the heads who were with him. And it came to be in the morning that Balak took Balaam and brought him up to the high places of Baal, and from there he saw the extremity of the camp. Chapter 23. And Balaam said to Balak, build 7 altars for me here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me here. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken. And Balak and Balaam offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Balaam then said to Balak, stand by your burnt offering, and let me go on. It might be that Yah comes to meet me, and whatever he shows me, I will declare to you. And he went to a bare height. And Elohim came to Balaam, and he said to him, I have prepared the 7 altars, and I have offered on each altar a bull and a ram. And Yah put a word in his mouth, in the mouth of Balaam, and he said, return to Balak, and this is what you say. And he returned to him and saw him standing by his burnt offering, he and all the heads of Moab. And he took up his proverbs and said, Balak the sovereign of Moab has brought me from Aram, from the mountains of the east. Come curse Jacob for me, and come rage at Yasharel. How do I curse whom El has not cursed? And how do I rage at whom Yah has not raged? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I observe him. Look, a people dwelling alone, not reckoning itself among the nations. Who shall count the dust of Jacob, and the number of 1/4 of Yasharel? Let me die the death of the upright, and let my end be like his. And Balak said to Balaam, what have you done to me? I took you to curse my enemies, and look, you have kept on Barakah. And he answered and said, should I not take heed to speak what Yah has put in my mouth? And Balak said to him, please come with me to another place from where you see them. You only see the extremity, but not all of them. Curse them for me from there. And he took him to the field of Sophim and to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bull and a ram on each altar. And he said to Balak, stand here by your burnt offering while I meet over there. And Yah came to Balaam and put a word in his mouth and said, go back to Balak and say this. So he went to him and saw him standing by his burnt offering, and the heads of Moab with him. And Balak asked him, what did Yah say? And he took up his proverbs and said, rise up, Balak, and hear. Listen to me, son of Zephyr. El is not a man to lie, nor son of man to repent. He has said, and would he not do it? Or spoken, and would he not confirm it? See, I have received to Barak, and he has Barak, and I do not reverse it. He has not looked upon wickedness in Yaakov, nor has he seen trouble in Yasharel. Yah, his Elohim, is with him, and the shout of a sovereign is in him. El, who brought them out of Mitzrayim, is for them like the horns of a wild ox. For there is no sorcery against Jacob, nor is there any divination against Jacob. Now it is said that Jacob now it is said to Jacob and to Yasharel, what Yah has done. Look, a people rises like a lioness and lifts itself up like a lion. It lies not down until it devours the prey, and it drinks the blood of the son. Okay. Oh, blood of the slain. And Balak said to Balaam, no, or do not curse them at all, nor Barak them at all. And Balaam answered and said, Balak, have I not spoken to you, saying, and all that Yah speaks to you? And Balak said to Balaam, please come, let me take you to another place. It might be right in the eyes of Elohim that you curse them for me from there. And Balak took Balaam to the top of Peor that overlooks the wasteland. And Balaam said to Balak, and Balaam, build 7 altars for me here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me here. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Okay, chapter 24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased Yah to Barak Yasharel, he did not go as at other times to seek to use sorcery, but he put his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Yasharel encamped according to their tribes, and the Ruah of Elohim came upon him. And he took up his proverb and said, the saying of Balaam, son of Beor, and the saying of the man whose eyes are open, the saying of him who hears the words of El, who sees the vision of El Shaddai, who falls down with eyes opened wide. How good are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Yasharel, like wadis that stretch out like gardens by a river, like aloes planted by like cedars beside waters. He makes water flow from his buckets, and his seed is in many waters. His sovereign is higher than Agag, and his reign is exalted. El, who brought him out of Mizraim, is for them like the horns of a wild ox. He devours nations, his enemies, and he breaks their bones, and he strikes through with his arrows. He bowed down, he lay down like a lion, and like a lion who would rouse him. Baruch is he who Barak you, and cursed is he who curses you. Then the displeasure of Balak burned against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. He struck his hands together. Balak then summoned to Balaam, I summoned you to curse my enemies, and see, you have kept on Berakah there these 3 times, and now flee to your place. I said I would greatly esteem you, and see, Yah has kept you back from esteem. And Balaam said to Balak, did I not also speak to your messenger whom you sent to me, saying, if Balak should give me his house filled with silver and gold, I am unable to go beyond the word of Yah, to do either good or evil of my own heart. What Yah speaks, that I speak. And now see, I am going to my people. Come, let me advise you what his people and you what this people is going to do to your people in the latter days. Come, let me advise you what this people is going to do to your people in the latter days. And he took up his proverb and said, the saying of Balaam, son of Beor, and the saying of the man whose eyes are open, the saying of him who hears the words of El and knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of El Shaddai, who falls down with his eyes open wide. I see him, but not now. I observe him, but not near. A star shall come out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Yasharel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and shall destroy all the sons of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession, and Seir shall be a possession. Enemies, and Yasharel is doing mightily. And a ruler shall come from Jacob, and destroy the remnant of Ar. He then looked at Amalek, and he took up his proverb and said, Amalek was first among the nations, but his latter end is to perish forever. He then looked on the Canaanites, and he took up his proverb and said, firm is your dwelling place, and your nest is placed on the rock. But Canaan is to be burned. Till when does Asher keep you captive? And he took up his proverb and said, oh, who lives with El does this. All the ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and they shall afflict Asher and afflict Eber, and so shall Amalek, and he also perishes. And Balaam rose and left and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. Okay, chapter 25. And Yashua dwelt in Shittim, and the people began to whore with the daughters of Moab. And they invited the people to the slaughterings of their mighty ones, and the people ate and bowed down to their mighty ones. Thus Yasharel was joined to Baal Peor, and the displeasure of Yah burned against Yasharel. And Yah said to Moshe, take all the leaders of the people and hang them up before Yah, before the sun, so that the burning displeasure of Yah turns away from Yasharel. And Moshe said to the judges of Yasharel, each one of you slay his men who were joined to Baal Peor. And see, one of the children of Yasharel came and brought to his brothers a Midianite woman before the eyes of Moshe and before the eyes of all the congregation of the children of Yasharel, who were weeping at the door of the tent of appointment. And when Phinehas, son of Eleazar, saw of Aharon, the Kohen, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a spear in his hand, and he went after the man of Yasharel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Yasharel and the woman through her abdomen. Thus the plague among the children of Yasharel came to a stop, and those who died in the plague were 24,000. And Yah spoke to Moshe, saying, Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aharon, the Kohen, has turned back my wrath from the children of Yasharel, because he was ardent with my adder in their midst, so that I do not consume the children of Yasharel in my adder. Therefore say, see, I am giving him my covenant of peace, and it shall be to him and his seed after him a covenant of everlasting kahuna, because he was ardent for his Elohim and made atonement for the children of Yasharel. Give me 1 second. I want to look at kahuna. It must mean peace, but I don't want to assume anything. I've said that word several times and I didn't look it up, so let's do that now. No. So now, oh my goodness. Okay, so kahuna. Okay. Term for priesthood or priest office is what kahuna means. Term for priesthood or priest office. Okay, so let's use it in the sentence again. And it shall be to him and his seed after him a covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was ardent for his Elohim and made atonement for the children of Yasharel. And the name of the Yisraelite who was killed with the Midianite woman was Zimri, son of Salu, a leader of a father's house among the Shemonites. And the name of the Midianite woman who was killed was Cosbi, the daughter of Sur. He was head of the people of the father's house in Midian. And Yah spoke to Moshe, saying, distress the Midianites, and you shall smite them, for they distress you with their tricks, with which they deceived you in the matter of Peor and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of the leader of Midian, their sister, who was killed in the day of the plague because of Peor. Okay. Chapter 26. Let's see if I can get through chapter 26. It's quite a long one. Yes, it is. So we may not get through all of it, but we'll do our best. Okay, chapter 26. And it came to be after the plague that Yah spoke to Moshe and Eleazar, son of Aharon the Kohen, saying, "Take a census of all the congregation of the children of Yasharal from 20 years old and above, by their fathers' houses, everyone going out to the army of Yasharal." So Moshe and Eleazar the Kohen spoke with them in the desert plain of Moab by the Jordan of Jericho, saying, "From 20 years old and above, as Yah commanded Moshe and the children of Yasharal who came out of the land of Mizraim, Reuben, firstborn of Yasharal, sons of Reuben of Hanok, the clan of the Hanakites, and Pelu, the clan of the Peluites, and Hetzron, the clan of the Hetzronites, and Carmi, the clan of the Carmites. These are the clans of the Reubenites, and their registered ones were 43,730. And the son of Palu, Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan and Abiram, and Dathan and Abiram were the called ones of the congregation who contended with Moshe and against Aharon in the company of Korah when they contended against Yah. Okay, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah when that company died, when the fire consumed 250 men, and they became a sign. But the sons of Korah did not die. Sons of Shimon, according to their clans, of Nemuel, the clans of the Nemuelites, of Yamin, the clans of the Yemenites, of Yachin, the clan of the Yechonites, and Zerah, the clan of the Zerites, and Shaul, the clan of the Shaulites. These are the clans of the Shemonites, 2,200. 22,200. Okay. Sons of Gad, according to their clans of Zephon, the clan of the Zephonites, of Haggai, the clans of the Haggites, of Shuni, the clans of the Shunites, of Ozni, the clan of the Oznites, of Eri, the clans of the Erites, of Era, the clan of the Eredites, of Ereli, the clan of the Erelites. These are the clans of the sons of Gad according to their registered ones, 40,500. Sons of Yehuda, and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Yehuda according to their clans of Shelah, the clan of the Shalonites, of Peretz, the clan of the Parthites, of Zerah, the clan of the Zerhites, the son of the Perites, of Hetzron, the clan of the Heronites, of Hamul, the clan of the Hamulites. These are the clans of Yehuda according to their registered ones. Okay. These are the clans of Yehuda according to the registered ones, 66,500. Sons of Issachar according to their clans, of Tola, the clan of the Tolaites, of Pue, the clan of the Punites, of Yeshub, the clan of the Yashubites, of Shimron, the clan of the Shimronites. These are the clans of Issachar according to their registered ones, 64,300. The sons of Zebulun according to their clans, of Seard, the clan of the Sardites, of Elon, the clan of the Elonites, of Yalel, the clan of the Yelenites, of the Yelelites. These are the clans of the Zebulites. Okay, these are the clans of the Zebulites according to their registered ones: 60,500. Sons of Joseph according to their clans of Manasseh and Ephraim. Sons of Manasseh of Maker, the clan of the Make Makerites, and Maker did not. I'm sorry, and Maker brought forth Gilad, and Gilad the clad of the Giladites. These were the sons of Gilad of Aiezer, the clan of the Aierzerites. Heli, the children of Helikites of Azarel, the clan of Azraelites of Shechem, the clan of um, Shemadites of Helper, and the clan of Heferites. Okay, we are going to stop right there, and we made it to um, Numbers 26, verse 32. So we'll pick up at Numbers 26:33. Numbers 26:33. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope the word blessed you as it's blessed me. It's exciting to read over it and hear things that I thought I understood and get new meanings and things like that. Um, very, and I enjoy that. I really am. I'm seeking to understand the Father with all my heart. I am. So thank you for joining me. You'll have a blessed evening, and I will see you tomorrow evening. Shalom.